Alright guys, got a microphone today so we can actually do intros and stuff like that a little bit easier. Hopefully I'm in frame here. Today we are going to be playing Bevier Park. They have 16 holes now with the new layout. Hopefully the wind isn't too much on the microphone. We'll definitely find out after I record this video. We have hole 1. I believe it's a 193 foot hole, slight anhyzer shot. We're going to go ahead and take a blue AVR and a zone, throw a backhand and also a forehand. This hole is friendly to both. I honestly at this point don't really have a preference on which one I use anymore at this hole. I've been going forehand a little bit more frequently on my scoring rounds out here, so we'll go ahead and start with the forehand and then we'll do backhand afterwards. Forehand with the zone just tends to dump a little bit more towards the end of the flight. That is parked. Very good throw. Absolutely parked. I have aced this hole before with this disc. This is the blue AVR putt and approach. Nice and smooth, a little deep possibly. Very good shot as well. We'll see. All right, here we are. We're going to go ahead and talk about the putters we're using. We're using XC AVRs, ones that I've used before in the past. From my first video I put out on the YouTube channel, Henry Disc Golf, by the way. Ooh. From the first video I put out, I was putting with Eco Pures, but Eco Pures, just something about them, I made the decision pretty quick. Something about them just made it to where it was one of those things where they're just coming out of the hand a little funny. The disc I keep coming back to every time I wind up changing putters is the AVR. So I went back to the AVRs that I was putting, which was the Tour Series AVRs. Because of the cold weather and the winter, my concern always is breaking the putter. So with the XT plastic, I still get that stiffness to it, but it has a nice tacky feel to it. So I can still feel like I can grip the putter in the winter. But I feel like this is going to give me the best bet to still have a consistent throw on a regular basis while I'm putting throughout the winter. And who knows, maybe I'll stick with these moving forward. I putted with them for several seasons before. Can't say that I've putted better than when I putted with them, because to be completely honest, probably isn't the case, but definitely one of those things. We did take a 2 there with the zone. I do always track my first shots, second shots, or just kind of bonus shots. I did take a par with the other one, so 3. As of right now, we're down 1. We'll move on to hole 2. All right, guys, welcome to hole 2. Hole 2, we have a 302-foot par 3. I will say this about the Park District here in Waukegan and the club that plays here. I believe it still falls under the Discontinuum Club. They have done a great job of doing a slight redesign to this course and also putting in new baskets over basically the last month, a couple new tee pads. We're not playing from those new tee pads today, but of course we're playing on all the new baskets minus hole 5, I think. But yeah, like I said, 302 foot. Dyslexic all of a sudden. Par 3. May have to fix this one later. The wind doesn't seem to be bothering the mic too much. Other than that, let's give a couple Hawkeyes rips. Eyes are out. Both of them hung out a little bit too wide. The blue one actually wanted to flip a little bit more, which isn't the flippy one. Now the pink one actually has it off a little bit more. All right, we made it to the putt of hole 2. We have like a 30-footer or so. The first shot was here. The second shot, second drive that I had was way over there. I just went and picked it up while we were coming up to the shot. It just didn't make sense to putt from 2 spots. Again, I usually only score my first shot anyways, so it is one of those things. Ooh, very typical putt for me. Just a little low, gave it a chance. Nice easy tap in. And we're moving on to hole 3. All right, here for hole 3, it looks like it's a 250-foot par 3. We're gonna go ahead and throw the Logic and then the Sensei. I think I'm gonna go with the Sensei first, then we'll do the Logic second. The Logic's definitely not as overstable as the Sensei. Being in the Glow Classic for the Sensei, it definitely does like to hold the line a little bit more. So I can give it a little bit more power, put it a little bit wider. Should be good. A little short, but that is a very good look at a putt. Try to throw a very similar line. Maybe get it up just a little bit higher. Still nice and low, holding it very well up there for a par job. Both of those shots were really good. Let's see how they want them. All right, here's the results of the 2 throws. Like I said, the Sensei came up a little short. I definitely wanted a little bit more air underneath it. The Logic was really good. Nice park job. Still should be a pretty makeable putt. Only about a 18-footer here. Kind of typical for my putt too. Usually my putt's either high or low, depending on the wind. Not much side to side like that one, but gotta laugh at the easy ones. All right, another 3. Still down 1 for the round. Moving on to hole number 4. All right, guys, here we are, hole 4. We have a 269-foot par 3. Off the tee, this is kind of a bit of an Annie shot. I'll come out here so you can actually see me. So off the tee here, it is a bit of an Annie shot because there are the trees here. You could, especially with everything being dead, throw like a straight to hyzer shot. I'm just pretty used to throwing an Annie shot here. You could also throw a sidearm, but I've never been super confident with a sidearm here. Probably should work on that, but we're going to take 2 reactors. A fission reactor first, and then a neutron reactor. Just put them on Annie line, let them coast over. Once again, a little bit too low. Just going to kind of die into the little hillside that is there. It is kind of a down and then uphill. Not much, but just enough. Oh, the height on that one's beautiful. It's holding the Annie just before the sidewalk settles down. Pretty decent shot. Right, here we are at my first reactor. We have about a 35-foot putt at it, maybe just a touch longer than that. Give this one a bit of a bid. Nice and high, strong bid. High bids are usually good bids. All right, so we are going to show this one before the sidewalk here. Technically be considered, sidewalk would technically be considered out of bounds, but as long as you're not in the road, usually we count it. So here we have about a 20-footer. Nice. Put her in. Don't know if you'll be able to see. Now that we've got you guys up, we'll go ahead, try tapping out this one. Whew. Almost had that a bit too low, but we did just tap it in. There we go. All right, here we are on hole 5. It says it's a 260-foot par 3. There is, because of the season it is and all the leaves are gone, it does look like a pretty open gap down the middle. But I still throw this play during the summer, an up and over shot over the trees. Try to put myself down by the basket. We're going to go with the Greg Barsby Gray Eagle. I may only throw one shot on this hole. Usually I try to make sure that the road is clear of cars. It's not that often that I put one out there, but I am kind of almost throwing over the road. It is a left to right wind, or right to left wind. Make sure that we put it out there smooth. Keep it out there. I was almost afraid of that. Part of the reason why I shouldn't throw that shot right now. So we're going to throw a second one. We're going to throw a matrix down through the straight gap here. Try to keep it low. Nope, caught the branches and dropped down. Alright, so here we are. Easily a 55-60 footer. We're going to go ahead and try to give it a run. This is one of the baskets that hasn't been replaced because they have a new pin placement that they're trying to put in out here still. Nice easy up. So here are the results for that putt / upshot. Nice easy little tap in. Scoring update is still the same. We're still down 1. Only birdie was on hole 1. Everything else has been pars. Let's move on to hole 6. All right, here we are on to hole 6. I would probably say this is a 260 foot, maybe just a little bit more than that, par 3. It is pretty straightforward. This is one of the new holes that is out here. We're going to go ahead and take a reactor, throw it nice and smooth down through there, let it hyzer in, try to get behind the trees, through the trees and behind the tree. Give ourselves a look at the putt. I absolutely parked it the last time I was here, but every time that you play a hole is a little bit different. Get through. Get through. Ooh, went past it. That was almost an ace run. Alright, so I set you guys up here. I'm not too sure exactly where I want up yet. I know I'm deep of the basket here by a little bit. Oh, here I am right here. So here we're looking at probably about 15-footer. Maybe a little less than that. We do have some shrubs and stuff right in front of us. Footing was a little funny. Because I had to keep the putt higher, and the way I snapped it, the way I opened up my hands and snapped, it just made the disc lift a little bit more than what was wanted there. So the other one I actually released just a touch lower with the same type of snap. Put it in the ideal spot. All right, well, it is another par, another 3. We're going to continue moving on to hole 7. Be in the way of the throws here, but I will definitely try my best to not be. So basically, like I said, if you take a straight line here, there's a straight line. There's a lot of trees there. Like I said, the ante gap tends to be a little bit more open. So we're going to go ahead and throw the ante gap again. San Diego Aces, Bevier. Oh, hook up. Ooh, it needed to be a little bit tighter, a little bit more turned. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the Cosmic Fury Logic. Oh, good kick. That one took a really good kick towards the basket, but it was a little bit wider than what I wanted. All right, regardless, there's a lot of trees in the way of this hole. So this is where the first shot wants up. You can see the Logic is down on the green, a lot closer. It's a pretty long look, probably 80 feet, I would say. Maybe a little bit closer than that. We're going to go ahead and try to do a straddle jump putt at it. See if we can try to put something in here. Oh, pretty decent bid. I wound up stepping on it. Pretty decent bid. We'll go ahead and get a little bit out of frame on this first putt. But this first putt's going to be from the Logic, Cosmic Fury Logic. Woo! I had to straddle around a little tree here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But here is our second putt. Again, another par. Still down 1 on the round. Can't capitalize when we have easy putts. But moving on to, alright guys, so I would consider this hole 8 and also possibly hole 9. So they have 2 pin placements, one that is straight ahead. I would say it's probably about 205 feet, maybe. Probably a little bit shorter than that. Pretty similar to like hole 1's distance. And then the other pin placement for this hole is tucked all the way over to the left. Pretty decent shot. I'd probably say it's about 275 feet or so. So for the straight pin placement, we're going to go with the Cosmic Fury Logic. Kyle Klein, Cosmic Fury Logic. Oh, that was a pretty good shot. Kept turning nicely into the spot where we wanted it to be. All right, here we are for the putt on hole 8. After the Logic shot, we are here. Low again. Oh, goodness gracious. I cannot make a birdie today to save my life, unfortunately. We went and resituated you guys for the camera angle. We're going to go ahead and throw the Matrix on a hyzer shot, trying to make sure we get it far enough and also to the left. Decent amount of hyzer angle on the throw. Oh, too wide. I immediately threw that too wide and caught a tree. All right, so here we are at the Matrix. We're going to go with the blue AVR. Nice smooth shot. Down through here. Kick some stuff out of the way. Tree is a little bit in the way for our swing, but we will deal with it. Hyzer a little bit. That was okay. I should have a look at a putt. Alright, so you guys will see where I want up here in a second. We actually want up back here in the brush. A little bit of a tough putt, straddle. Got a low hanging limb right in front of me here. But we're going to try to give this thing a nice little bit here. There it is. Good, nice bid here.